Hello everyone, my name is Tim Yap.
And I'm Marie Lozano.
And welcome to It's a Shore Thing. Well, I just wanted to greet our audience members who are tuned in from all over the world. Hello to those watching in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, and the UK.
Tim, I also see comments coming in, people saying hi from LA, San Francisco, and New York.
Ayan, kamusta naman kayo dyan? So, before we get started, can we just talk about the backdrop right now? Look at where we are, Marie.
Look at this space. Yeah. It's so bright and sunny, just like the Philippines.
Totally. It feels like we're in another part of the world. But, surprise, surprise, we are still here. We are in Metro Manila.
Yes, we are here right now at SMDC Shore Residences, which I hear is the largest in-city residential resort complex in the city. And we're about to show you just why living here means living lavishly in amenities and features you can't find anywhere else.
And now that most of us are accustomed to working from home, I really wouldn't mind if this was my home.
Me too. And you know what? I'm really excited about what we have in store for today.
And for sure, we want to show everyone watching right now why living in Shore Residences is the next best thing you can do for you and for your family, whether this will be your next home or your next big investment.
So we can see from this location that it is already a beautiful space, but I want to show you more. So I'm taking you on a virtual tour of Shore Residences. Let's watch this. Imagine coming home to paradise every day. Welcome to SMDC Shore Residences, a place where luxury lives in every corner. When you arrive, you're greeted by the warmth of the grand lobby. A lavishly designed hall for families and friends to lounge in. Lounge around or do laps in the lush pool area as you let the kids enjoy splashing around the kiddie pool. If you're looking for a place to chill and take in the calm, the garden pool is where you want to be. Then wind down at the end of the day with the beautiful sunsets of Manila by the view pool. Shore Residences is all about living lavishly in amenities and features you can't find anywhere else. Combining the luxury of a 5-star vacation resort and the comfortable, cozy home you've always dreamed of. This is Shore Residences. As you already know, this is a prime location where big things happen. The biggest concerts, to one of the biggest malls in Asia, to the biggest IKEA in the world. Purchasing a unit here is a show win.
And so to tell us more about it, our friend Kit Thompson actually did a bit of sightseeing to show us why this location is motivation enough for you to live the high life at Shore Residences. Okay, Kit, let's see what you were up to.
Alright guys, so we're gonna go around the neighborhood here at Shore Residences so you can see why this is a good place to settle down and call it your new home. Let's go! Coming from the grand lobby of Shore Residences, you're only about a 5-minute drive to the Mall of Asia complex. As one of the biggest malls in Asia, not only is it the hub of many iconic stores and shopping hotspots, but it's also the place where many exciting things happen. Okay guys, just to prove a point how amazing this area is, come over here. I got something to show you. I mean, check this view out. You got everything here. You got the MOA Arena, the biggest IKEA in the world, the 3rd largest mall in Asia. The casinos over there, Solaire, City of Dreams, Okada. You got EDSA right here that will take you all the way to Makati BGC. And this is all if you live here in Shore Residences. This is gonna be your neighborhood, guys. Next up is the MOA Eye. Did you know that this is the tallest Ferris wheel here in the Philippines? From up there, you can see the whole MOA complex where many fun runs have happened. It's no secret that one of the most iconic furniture retailers in the world, IKEA, is also opening in this area. So start making that checklist of things to purchase for your unit. To the lovers of bright lights and the nightlife, various theatrical shows and entertainment spaces have made their home in Entertainment City, where there are casinos and theaters. We have Okada and Soler, which also boast their own world-class theater.
So we've seen the amenities, we've seen the neighborhood. Now I'm even more curious about the residences.
So taking us through one of the stunning spaces here at Shore Residences is interior designer Cindy Fernandez Beltran. She'll be showing us what you can achieve with the residence and how you can really recreate that luxe resort feel in your new home.
Hi guys, so this is exciting. I'm here now at Shore Residences and we're gonna take a look at their 2-bedroom unit. Let's go! Oh wow, I mean, this place has a lot of possibilities. I mean, it has so much potential. You have this open layout that has this built-in kitchen system already. And this must be the master suite that has its own toilet and bath. So yeah, I mean, I love that it's very open. You know, we're designing this for a family of 3 who lives abroad and is now looking forward to coming home and, you know, staying here for good in a warm, lush, and tropical setting. Oh, and inside the bedroom, I mean, this is definitely the space for the bed. So we'll fit in a queen-size bed with built-in left and right side tables. We'll treat this wall behind with some slats, wood, and perhaps a mirror as well. We now go to the master's toilet and bath. Okay, I like that the tiles that they used is something that goes well with our color palette. It's tan. It has a little bit of that stone texture, which I like as well. Okay, so this is the second bedroom. And you know what? It's small, but I think it's actually just a perfect size for either a study area or a kids area. And I look at it as, I think this wall where the window will be is actually going to be a multi-level bed. And this is where I will have the creativity to play in terms of storage spaces. So now that I've seen this space, I'm really excited to transform this for that beautiful family of 3.
I'm actually really excited to see what you did, how you reimagined this space. Basically, our first process is to really just assess the space. I mean, that's very important for us to do that ocular and to see what we're working with, what are the assets of that space that I feel like I need to enhance, and what are the things that I need to improve on. And then after that, of course, you know, we took into consideration the client. So for this case, it's actually a family of 3. All right, so let's start with the kitchen and the living space. So this is how it looks like before. And what I did was to start off with a theme, and the theme is urban luxe. And I feel like this is suited for them. It kind of gives that hotel feel and resort feel that's just so suited for the environment and for the space, right? So the color palette, we chose monotonous colors, we chose monochromatic ones, warm grays and taupes, sand, those colors that are cool to the eye and that makes the space look a little bit more expansive. Wall treatment, we decided to do wallpaper that's in very, very fine texture. I feel like that's nice. It's not too flat. It gives that kind of like dimension to the space. And we decided to do a reflective surface on the left side of the wall. That will give that illusion of openness and making the space look slightly bigger. For the kitchen area, we skinned the cabinet from that wood color to a solid taupe color, and the countertop, we decided to change that and run that across until the splashboard with a grade marble top. And then last but not the least is the furnishing. So we've put in already all the furnitures. What we decided on are the furnitures that are less bulky looking. A lot of it, I needed to see the floor versus everything closed down. So that's why you can see built-in cabinets that are all floating. Lastly would be the area rug. So we wanted to put that area rug again to add texture and sort of like ground everything else and define the space. Now I'll walk you through the master suite or the master's bedroom. So the layout is pretty much simple and straightforward. What we did was we changed the flooring for this one because we wanted it to be more warm. So instead of the tile that was in the living room, this one is more of a herringbone or a chevron patterned wood. And then for the wall, we decided to put a wood slat for the headboard, and the upper portion of it is a mirror, again a reflective surface. And then lastly, we added a floor-to-ceiling curtain, which really enhances and highlights the height of the ceiling, which is really good. It's at 3 meters. What I did for the master toilet and bath, so this is how it looks like before and this is how it looks like now. It's very simple as well. I like that the color palette of the existing tiles already works with the color palette that we were thinking of. So it's sand and there's this texture of like a travertine stone on the tiles. But what we added is the mural above the tiles, and then we added a glass partition and then just accessorize it. Okay, now let me walk you through the kids' bedroom. So what I did was to really just change the flooring as well to mimic the one of the master suites. We are going to elevate the bed, which gives actually an opportunity to have storage under. So what we're doing is it's a platform bed about 0.80 height, and it's this just right below the window, and a desk right beside it, and then storage, and it gives a big space for the kid to play around.
I like the stairs.
And that the stairs.
Yeah, and she found space for storage.
Yeah,
pa.
that's a good idea.
It looks like it's really ready for a family of 3 to move in.
You know, it's so true. I can really imagine them starting their life here in this community. Thanks again, Cindy, for showing us the potential of a 2-bedroom unit here at Shore Residences.
Now we have a very important person joining our panel of experts. He is the president of SM Development Corporation. It's an honor to welcome Mr. Jose Mari Banzon. Jo Marie, what makes Shore Residences special?
Well, what makes Shore Residences special are, number 1, the location, number 2, the project itself, and number 3 is the community activities that we have here. Let me start with location. Shore Residences is actually in the Mall of Asia complex here in Pasay, next to Manila Bay. Now, it's very accessible from any point from Metro Manila because you have 4 major roads that converge here. EDSA, EDSA ends here in the south, coming from the SLEX, coming from Batangas and Laguna and Muntinlupa area. You take the SLEX and then pass through NAIAX, and it ends up here in the Mall of Asia complex area as well. And then Cavite Coastal, if you're coming from Cavite, and Ross Boulevard itself that feeds into Manila. So it's very accessible. It's probably one of the most accessible developments in the country. So what do you see when you get here? We're next to the bay. As you know, in anywhere, not only in the Philippines, Bay Area properties carry a premium. And if you invested on a unit that has a sea view, again, that is very valuable. Even in the Bay, if you're very sporty, you want to exercise, you get to jog or you get to walk or even bike in along Manila Bay. Let's talk about the establishments here. Within walking distance is Mall of Asia, which is not only among the biggest malls in the Philippines, but in Asia as well. You can spend the whole day in Mall of Asia and you'll still have to come back the next day. Next to Mall of Asia, next to the area you can walk is the arena, which is the sports and concert stadium, 15,000 seating capacity. Also in the same area, if you have conferences, is SMX, the convention center, one of the biggest convention centers in the Philippines. The latest addition here, which is the IKEA store, first in the Philippines actually, and it's going to be the biggest in the world. We don't want to downplay the fact that we are in the entertainment area of Metro Manila, where you have 3 major casinos. Very vibrant location. So the location is perfect. It's accessible, and when you're here, you don't even have to go out anymore. Now let's talk about the project itself. Now, Shore Residences carries our traditional offerings. I mean, SMDC. The lobbies are hotel-like. We get international designers and make it hotel-like. It's very strong air conditioning, very comfortable seating, very nice interior design. You can actually spend a whole day just hanging out there. in our lobbies because it's very, very comfortable. Our amenities are sprawling. We make sure that it's like a resort-themed amenity. Here's the first phase. We have 4 towers that we've completed. 6 swimming pools, 6 large swimming pools, even a lap pool. And then you have a jogging path. You have a gym. You have a dance studio. Very nice function rooms overlooking the amenity area. It's really beautiful. You probably won't even want to go out anymore. And if you're hungry, you go down in the ground floor. You have a bank, you have convenience stores, you have spa for your massage. Actually, there are 2 spas there.
Wow.
You have a coffee shop and a lot of very fine restaurants and even parlors. Now in the community, we have a property management company, that's Green Mist, and they make sure that the residents get to know each other. So there's actually a community spirit. So we sponsor weekend markets where people from outside and also from residents here, they bake something and they offer it in this weekend marketplace like Changge that we organize on weekends. We have a lot of community activities like working with the Red Cross for blood donation. We even have a vaccination program. So we take care of vaccinating the residents. So a lot of things are going on here every weekend because, well, during the weekday, the people go to work. But on weekends, there's more than enough things going on here. They don't really have to get out. So that puts a lot of value in Shore Residences as an investment.
Wow, that was impressive, right, Tim?
Amazing.
Okay, Mr. Benson, which is our unit here? Which
Units.
is the best?
Actually,
Units go to
yeah.
me and to Marie.
2 units here. They're all both being rented out. It's very easy to rent out units here.
Oh, wow.
Okay, wow. Earlier, Cindy showed us a 2-bedroom unit. What other configurations do you have here? And what configurations do you have? So we'll take the tip.
Okay, actually our standard units here are 27 to 30 square meters.
Okay.
We don't make them too big because we need to make them affordable. Yeah, but many people who want bigger space just get 2 or 3 and then they just combine them. So you can have 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms, depends on how many units you buy. The 27 to 30 square meter unit is a 1-bedroom unit, but it's complete. It has a kitchen, it has a living room, it has a dining room, and it has a bathroom. So it's fully functional.
For everybody watching at home now, you've seen the beautiful amenities at Shore Residences. You've started to picture yourself building your home here like us. I'm sure your next question is, can you even afford this place? Mr. Banzon, this is for you. When is the right time to buy real estate property?
Anytime is always a good time to buy real estate property. I think history will show you that the real estate doesn't really go down. It always appreciates. So now is particularly good time because, as you know, things are a little slow now because of the pandemic. So you wouldn't want to lose this opportunity. After we recover from the pandemic, things are going to pick up again.
Wow. I'm actually crunching the numbers right now. And you know, it's a good thing that we have in our panel today one of the leading commercial real estate brokers in the Philippines, Mr. David Lee Chu, to talk to us about the money matters. You were saying that the time to invest is really now with real estate. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, so let's look at the Philippines in the last 20 years and what happened. So despite all that you see in the news about all that noise, political noise and economic noise, the reality is that per capita income in the Philippines have doubled in the last 20 years. And because of that, property prices have increased significantly in the last 12 years. Since the very first SMDC project up to today, in 12 years, those property values in SMDC, like Shore Residences, have gone up by as much as 3 to 4 times in that 12-year period. That's one of the highest returns anywhere in the world. What used to be only 1.5 million pesos per unit is now fetching 7 million per unit.
Wow.
What used to rent for 8,000 pesos a month is now renting for 24,000 pesos a month. Again, if you look at it in any metric, it will give you some of the highest yields anywhere in the world.
Wow. And I want to ask you, David and Jo Marie also, what about rental potential? Because a lot of my friends, they would buy condos and in the end they would have it rented for. Can you shed us some light about the rental potentials of this property?
I'll tell you now. Right now, Shore Residences, because this is phase 1, and which we've already fully sold out, turned over. We have phase 2, which is in the process of being turned over, and phase 3, which is still being sold. Now, for phase 1 here, where we are, where we have 4 towers, it's fully occupied. About 20% is owner occupied, and 80% is rented out.
Wow, 80% rented out.
It's fully occupied, and actually part of the commercial area, there are a couple of real estate brokers who focus on just renting, because that's how big the demand is. So here in this area, it's very easy to rent out your units. This was actually a request that we got recently, asking for 120 units that they're looking for, but we can't provide it.
What?
Yeah, because there's just a big demand from people working in the area.
Yes, and I know of a lot of overseas Filipino workers who would buy units and then just have it rented out, and when they come back to the Philippines, that's when they'll occupy it.
Yeah.
We have a rental company, with actually SMDC Leasing, that actually complements the other outside rental property brokers that have their offices downstairs. You won't have any problem getting your tenants here.
Yeah. Speaking of that, there are many people watching around the world right now, and they're seeing just how Shore Residences is a great investment. So I also have a question for you, because Tim and I actually have foreign partners, and can foreigners invest?
Under the Philippine law, up to 40% of the available units can be purchased by foreigners. So that in our whole complex, phase 1, 2, and 3, about 20% are already bought by foreigners, and there's another 20% that's
But they have to
available.
name it under their Filipino
Yes,
partner.
is that the case?
No, it can be. Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, if you're smart.
For our purpose.
But then they are allowed to buy properties here up to 40% of available units, and we actually have a lot of foreigners that own units here, and they rent it out. During the turnover, because many of them can't come down here, we have this virtual turnover where because everything's virtual now. So our people will show them their unit and do their punch list and so on. So we use technology to make it very easy for them to not only to buy, but also to accept the units.
And some people bulk buy it too, right?
Oh, yes, many people buy bulk just to rent.
Yeah.
And of course, it's easy to pay because you have a lot of these online payment options that's available now.
Yeah. So I've been taking down mental notes from all the things that you guys have been saying. I'm curious, David, what are the factors that we should consider when buying property?
A big chunk of it is the developer's ability to deliver the product, because everyone can print a brochure, very nice brochures. And the question is, how quickly can they deliver the property, and how well can they deliver the property? And then once they turn it over, how quickly can they title the property? Because without the titles to your name, you won't be able to go to the bank to refinance it. And third would be, I would say, the property management. And then fourth would be the amenities. And again, I think if you look at the entire market, and you can do this fact checking yourself, but SMDC provides the best and the biggest amenities in the market, per capita, per unit, and whatever other ratio you want to look at it.
Actually, everything that David said in the checklist, Shore Residences has it all. It's a sure thing.
It's a sure
It's a
thing.
sure
Exactly.
thing, right? So talking about investing, my friend Kit here has started investing. So I know you bought your first property. Tell us about the experience, Kit.
Experience of buying property. Well, first I had to figure out how much money am I willing to spend on a property, and where would this property be. So what I did was I decided to get a property that would be close to my job, because I'm actually from the province, Angeles City. So Manila is where I work, so I wanted to get something here. In terms of like how I acquired the property, I got the property through a bank loan.
Investing is
Yes.
But in line with that, we make investing very easy in that we make it affordable. One priority that we have is to make sure that we match the monthly payment to the cash flow of our buyers. So we normally tell them to pay maybe 12 to 15% over about 30 months. No down payment, just a reservation fee of 25,000. And then you start paying maybe about 25, 30,000 a month. After about 30 months, the bank comes in. So if you notice, it's very affordable.
Yes.
It matches the cash flow of the
So it's
buyers.
zero interest.
Yes.
Zero interest.
So that's a service that you provide, extra service that you
Well,
provide.
it's our standard payment term. We also have payment terms where you pay 5% upfront. As a matter of fact, we have a promotion now up to the end of the year where if you pay 5%, you get a 10% discount on the price. We try to make it affordable.
Okay, so what do you think of David's checklist?
Perfect. Everything's there. The developer's track record is important,
Yes.
of course, because you wouldn't want to have your investment right wasted because they don't finish the project.
And that's happened to a lot of people.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
As David pointed out, as I spoke about earlier, the amenities. You need to be happy living there.
Yes.
Yeah. So the amenities need to be generous, like this one. The lobby is very nice, and the property management is important. In the case of SMDC, we have our own property management company called Green Mist that manages all the developments that we've turned over, because we don't want to leave after we turn over the units to the buyers. We need to make sure that it's maintained the standards that we promised. So make sure that the grass is trimmed, the buildings are painted, the broken tiles are replaced, the lobbies are always clean, and the air conditioned strong. Even if it's 10 years old, it's still, we try to maintain it as if it was day one. So property management is very important.
Right.
If you look at two metrics, right? The first metric is how has the market priced the developer? And the developer is SMDC, owned by SM Prime. And SM Prime is the largest company in the Philippines by market cap. It is also trading at anywhere between 45 to 50 times PE, which in anywhere in the world is one of the highest stocks, most premium price stocks in the world at 50 times earnings. And then if you look at the asset, it's been appreciating 3x in just 10, 12 years. And that just shows you the how the market is taking these products. They wouldn't be priced like this if there were no buyers happily buying and continuing to buy their assets and their products. I'm always asked about this pandemic and how we should treat the pandemic and what's going on with the property market. I can share that the property market has been extremely resilient despite a 10% contraction in the economy and despite a contraction of as much as 30% in certain rental markets. Property values continue to hold, and as Jo Marie mentioned earlier, time will correct whatever mistakes you think you made in real estate. For as long as you're able to hold the long term, you will be rewarded handsomely. And if you look at the last 60 years, despite all the stuff that we've been through as a country, real estate has been the best holder of value and investment in the Philippines.
And that's during the pandemic. The values have held up. The ADB just released a couple of days ago that they forecast Philippine growth to be at 4.5% this year. So there will be growth. So you don't want to miss the boat. You want to invest now. People are realizing that this pandemic is not going to be here forever. And when it starts, if the property values have held up strongly even during the pandemic, expect what would happen after things have calmed down.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, and despite of the pandemic, it's still good to invest. So that's really our message to the people watching right now, is that we should still invest because times are going to be better. And imagine if right now it's like this, it's going to go up like that, right? Thank you again, David and Jo Marie, for answering our questions. You know, money really does matter in this day and age, and we all need to put and just really invest ourselves, and not just invest ourselves, invest wisely at that.
Thank you, Anne. It was great to hear from you. On behalf of everyone here today, we wish you all well. May you stay healthy, happy, and safe.
I am Tim Yap.
And I am Marie Lozano, and this is
It's a Sure Thing.